Welcome to American History Notes, where I discuss conclusions I've drawn from studying American history, conclusions you might not agree with, you might even be offended by, but you should have your own conclusions about American history. I'm hoping this will make you study, make you at least look it up and see what you think about it. And so we'll begin where pick up where I left off with the Cold War. Operation Northwoods was a plan proposed to the president, President Kennedy, which included our own government attacking and killing our own citizens in order to make Americans angry enough to support an invasion of Cuba and a possible war with the Soviet Union. The plan was rejected by the president, thankfully. That was given to him by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, supposedly. President Eisenhower had offered foreign aid to communist countries, and we did prolong the Cold War by doing that. And before he left office, nearly 3 billion had been given to communist Poland and Yugoslavia, even after the dictator of Yugoslavia, Tito, had pledged his allegiance to Moscow, although he tried to appear independent or non-aligned. I knew somebody in Atlanta, Georgia, who was the son of a partisan in Yugoslavia during World War II, who the communists had beheaded when the war was over and they took control. They were pretty brutal people. President Kennedy continued this practice of giving aid to communist countries. In June of 1961, Kennedy met with Khrushchev in Vienna, where the Soviet leader gave him an ultimatum to get American forces out of Berlin and to recognize East Germany by treaty. President Kennedy lied about the ultimatum and admitted the lie, but refused to buckle under the demands. A couple of weeks later, a wall went up dividing East and West Berlin, free and communist controlled, from each other, what we call the Berlin Wall. It did not come down until the fall of the Soviet control over East Germany in the late 1980s. In 1963, in a visit to Berlin, Kennedy made his famous I am a Berliner speech. While President Kennedy was conducting his war on communism, his administration was approving a 600% increase in export licenses for goods to communist countries, and even a steel finishing plant in Warren, Ohio, built by the Polish government with a $2.5 million loan from American taxpayers. America, while supposedly fighting the Cold War against communism, made the Cold War take longer to end by supporting communist countries financially. Only a later president, Ronald Reagan, seemed to understand the importance of driving the Soviet Union into the ground financially with his Star Wars Bright Pebbles nonsense the Soviets fell for. So we'll continue talking about Kennedy's administration and the Cold War next time. I hope you'll study world history and come to your own conclusions, even if they're totally opposite from mine. Thank you.